Alright, this video is by viewer request. I didn't want to make this video, and I honestly don't care, but it's about the Equart and Koko drama and my take on it, and I'm gonna somehow spin this to be about me and myself, because it is, again, my YouTube video and my channel, and people that watch my channel care more about me, and then hopefully those other two, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. Also, before we get into it, dude, this guy messaged me right here, said, ew, and so I tried to join his Discord to talk some crap, right? And I'm all, like, I've never joined the Rogue Natives Discord ever, and I'm somehow banned from it. It's so funny. That's how that works. I don't know. I just thought that being pre-banned from some random guild's Discord was just the funniest thing. Let's get into it, though. And before I talk about their drama, I'm going to talk about my history with those two creators. I don't really have a history with Koko at all, but I'll still touch up on it. But this goes back to like 2019 to 2020. And out of all the creators at the time, I always hung out in Equart streams on YouTube. This is when he didn't really stream on Twitch. I don't know why. But I was like, hell yeah, fight the power, brother. You know, Twitch is stupid. Twitch has dumb rules. The whole Twitch community sucks. Blah, blah, blah. And he was, you know, being the rebel and streaming on YouTube, right? And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. Let's, you know, so I hung out in his chat as often as I could. Maybe not every day or every time he streamed, but I was always there being very active in the chat, and I did this for about 2 years. I spent 2 years interacting in his YouTube stream chats, and generally being, you know, nice to the dude or whatever. And in that same time, you know, I would also leave comments on his videos and stuff, and if you go way back in the day, you could probably find some of my comments and stuff, but I always try to, you know, mention the keyword of whatever his video was about and stuff, and I would link his videos in my Discord, and, you know, just whatever I could to be a friendly, nice, you know, dude, right? But, you know, you start to notice that after 2 years, like, when he doesn't leave a single comment on your videos or hangs out in my videos or streams, and I rarely ever stream anyway, but like, it starts to dawn on you. It's like, well, this is a little one-sided. This is like when you're, you know, there's like a pretty girl and you're into her and you're always, you know, talking to her and trying to, you know, give her gifts and show her attention, and she just doesn't care about you at all. It's kind of like that a little bit, and it doesn't really bother me too much, you know. It is what it is, and I've done, it's not just him, like, I went to just about every creator ever at some point just to see what they think of me, and I'm going to talk more about that in a bit, because I did a little bit of sleuthing and a little bit of investigating, because I don't like wasting time socially. I think if you spend a lot of time socializing with someone, it should be at least mutual or beneficial for both parties, and blah, blah, blah. I know it's not a transaction, but, you know, when someone like me who doesn't have friends, I'll talk about that later in the video, too. It becomes very apparent that, you know, I'm just wasting time, energy, effort, and my life, you know, trying to be friends with someone that clearly doesn't want to be friends with me. But yeah, spent about 2 years, you know, hanging out and being nice and blah, blah, blah. And from my perspective, what happened was, him and Koko started, you know, hooking up, essentially. And from my perspective, Koko basically bought out Equart, and Equart needing money. And it was all about money and Twitch, and here's the thing, right? You guys know that I'm like the black sheep of Albion. The Albion, and yes, there's a cat meowing. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. I'm, again, not a professional video. But the Albion, like, devs, the Albion content creator, community managers, whatever you want to call them, they don't like me. They haven't ever liked me for, I don't know why. I don't know why. I talked crap to some game masters a few times as a joke, which they didn't get, or they didn't understand, even though I told them it was a joke, and they just, ever since, it's just been stupid after that, right? And, you know, I like playing the villain because no one else was doing it. I'm like, I might as well just do it. That way everyone else can be united. And, yes, I have a cat, and she wants me to watch her exercise on a wheel, and I'm not going to do it because I'm filming a video. But anyway, the point is that, you know, as the black sheep, as the bastard child, as the person on the outskirts, you know, sitting alone at the lunch table while everyone else is palling around at their lunch table, you know, theoretical schoolyard stuff. You know, that, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, right. As the black sheep, essentially, people don't want to associate with me because it can harm their monetization. Imagine they were actually friends or buddies with me. Well, then SBI would crack down and be like, "You're in the content creator program, and you shouldn't be hanging around bad influences like Swole Benji. We don't like Swole Benji, so you're not allowed to be his friend." And I've always known this. This is how school has worked. This is how your job, your work life has worked. At least for me. I don't know about you. But I've always been kind of the weirdo. I don't want to say certain words on YouTube, but the PvPer that everyone's afraid will PvP one day kid, okay? That's the best way I can word it. The one kid that's gonna flag up in the black zone, or the red zone, I guess, and do something crazy. That's what everyone has always feared in real life, at least, of me. And I've never owned weapons. I've okay, at one point as an adult, yeah, sure, maybe, but I I got rid of those. But what I'm trying to say is that I just have this aura, this aura that makes people afraid that I'm such an evil, like cold-blooded person, I suppose. And I guess that translates online too for some reason somehow, even though I would say it's just autismal truth-telling. And that's all it really is. Just being a truth teller. And if you're wondering why I'm not running around in the black zone farming mobs or something for the background footage, it's because this area is still too popular. I gotta wait for the game to die out more before I can do black zone stuff, because if I go out there now, I'm just gonna get absolutely brutally murdered. And my replacement gear sets, which is Druidic Staff and Curse Staff, are too expensive on the markets, and I'm not doing any transporting because I'm not actively playing the game at the moment. Anyway. And yes, this is a really long podcast-style video, and real quick, too. Well, never mind the real quick, too, because I was going to do something, but it wasn't quite loud enough to do, and maybe later in the video, you'll get to see what I'm talking about there. But enough of that. Let's just continue talking about what we were. And I'm not gonna show any, like, Discord messages, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it, because Discord messages can be faked. There's, all sorts of ways to fake it, and I didn't really talk with Equart much in Discord DMs, but essentially he hit me up around 2022 in October. He's like, hey man, let's make a collab someday. And my first response to him is, sure, but aren't you worried some fans, Redditors, or streamers might get upset? Or SBI? I'm kind of a black sheep. That is my first ever DM to him, not just talking on like a stream or whatever. And here's the thing. I tell every single person ever in Albion that if they actually were to be my friend or collab with me at all, that everyone would gang up on them. Every single person, even the company, even the content creator programs, they would never stop hating you, right? Like, I've told this to everybody, and so I just, I like to look out for people, even if it's not in my best interest, because I just know, it leads them down the wrong path, because they probably need the money, or they literally can't survive if Albion didn't exist. Like, you think anyone's channels would still survive outside of Albion? And, the one person I was rooting for that I believe could survive outside of Albion, which was Mogdun. Apparently not, because his channel dropped, his views have just dropped massively. I don't know if he got shadow banned or something. I know he's working on some new channel, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is. But, yeah, man, it's not working out. And, it's like, I just want to reach out and help, but these guys don't like me, so why would I do that? Why would I do that? But anyway, in the DMs, he basically asks about setting a schedule, and I'm like, I don't like schedules. I just like to do things, right? And so maybe he thinks that I'm trying to dodge him or something. And he's like, well, we can both stream at the same time, you on YouTube and me on Twitch, and then we can make highlight videos of the stuff we do together. I'm like, well, I can't message you in game because I'm muted. And this is before there was the Europe server and maybe the Asia server. I think that was 2023. And I'm like, I rarely stream since I don't want to disturb my girlfriend, since we live in a small cramped space, and stuff. And he's like, well, we could do Hellgates. And I'm like, well, I've never done a Hellgate, other than the solo ones back in the day when you could solo Hellgates. And he's like, oh, that's fine, whatever, whenever you're ready, let me know. And I'm like, okay, take care. I'll try not to oversleep, but no promises. And he gives me a thumbs up emoji. And then I just never messaged him ever. And then 4 months later, February 18th, 2023, he just literally opens up a big-ass can of worms, and before that, I think I was on one of his streams, and he was essentially saying that I'm a massive troll, and he's going to ban me from his Twitch stream, and, there's a lot of blood in the water. Just randomly, I was just doing my normal routine where I joined his stream, I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Cool stuff, whatever. Just the same routine that I have always done. And he opened up this big can of worms saying that I'm super toxic and he doesn't want to see me anymore. And And I was super confused. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm a troll. I've always just minorly inconvenienced people in video games, but I've never done anything bad, illegal, or serious. All my trolling is done in the game world, and that's basically essentially it. And he just two-faced me like right there. I'm like, what's going on, right? And I had no clue. And so after he's done streaming, he did hit me up with a DM, and basically he linked some Reddit threads of people, you know, complaining about me, which a lot of those Reddit threads have made up bull crap. They have Photoshop stuff. They have things that I've never done. I've had people say that I'm a predator and I have a criminal record. Bro, I have never gotten a ticket in my life. I have no criminal history, and I am as clean as a whistle. I have done no crime in my life. I'm a very good guy in the real world, right? Super law-abiding dude. But these people, they just say the worst, most heinous things, and everyone does that to YouTubers and famous people. I get that. And here's the thing, right? I respect freedom of speech. I fully respect freedom of speech, and if these people want to say heinous, false, fake things, then in order for freedom of speech to exist, you know, you have to respect their freedom to say literally anything about you, right? And I've always stood by that. And while I don't, you know, I think it's kind of messed up that they're, like, trying to false flag me for things I've never done. It is what it is, but I don't know if Equart believed him or not. I think he probably did, because, you know, when there's, like, a bunch of people saying something, it's usually, like, most people don't do their own research or look things up or whatever, and, and it's not the first time he's got mad at me for randomly trolling. I think one time he got mad because I chewed out a Game Master, and he's, like, defending the Game Master or whatever, and I'm like, bro, I'm just trolling, whatever, and he's like, oh, okay, whatever. But anyway, so he links some Reddit threads, and then he links some, when I played New World, I played with a guild called, what was the damn name? It was, the Enclave. Now, the Enclave has a huge history of being crap posters on the internet, especially back in the day, where they tried to, you know, use all sorts of things to just bait people into getting upset, and they even bombed funerals and stuff, and I wasn't with the Enclave in PlanetSide 1. That's when they bombed a funeral. I was not with them. I joined in PlanetSide 2 for a bit, but I had to work a real-life job, and so I was just a faceless guild member for a very short time, and I didn't do anything with them. But I did join them in New World, and I had a lot of fun. We took over 2 entire servers and killed everybody and taxed everyone out the ass. We owned all the territories. We transferred servers. We did it again. And then everyone duped and got bored and quit. And then they went to Star Citizen, and I was having fun with them in Star Citizen, but they needed recruits. They needed anyone they can get. And in Star Citizen, it's a complete pay-to-win game. I had a $45 spaceship, and I already grinded out all the good ships anyway. But in order for them to recruit the most powerful people, they went to this furry guild. And furries have a lot of money. These furries had $15,000 to $20,000 spaceships, and there was like 100 of them. And then they went to another guild that was an all-male, not really a fraternal guild, but an all-male lovers guild. Okay, that's the best way I can say it. And those guys had some expensive spaceships, you know, in the $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 range. And so the leader wanted these guys on his team in his guild for more manpower. And so he basically traded them for me with my $45 rinky-dink ship. But again, I grinded the in-game money. I had all the same ships that those other dudes had. But essentially, I was making the furries and the lovers uncomfortable. Just with my 4chan-isms. That's what I'm going to call it, 4chan-ism. You know, autism, 4chan-ism. And so I got the boot, and that's fine, whatever. And, you know, I had originally joined the Enclave hoping that it wouldn't become a furry safe haven, because I just don't want to be around furries, all right? You know, they can gif and have all the fun they want at the conventions and snoof diapers. I don't really care what they do for fun. I just don't want to be a part of it. That's all. I just don't want to be around it. Whatever makes them happy, that's fine. Go do whatever makes you happy, bro. You know, I believe in the freedom of choice and all that kind of stuff, too. But I don't have to tolerate it, and I don't have to be around it. So, yeah, so I guess I got the boot, but I never really know why I got the boot. I know that the inner circle didn't like me because I was basically a high-value asset because of all the recruitment I did and stuff. But anyway, so he tries to pull up this super evil guild I was part of and try to paint me in a bad light. And it's like, they're just trolling, you know. They're not actually out here in the streets burning things that resemble the letter T, okay? right? And then he pulls up some doxing stuff that Koko had done on his stream. Like, this is back in the day. Koko literally doxed me on Twitch, and how did he get away with it? Well, I believe in freedom of speech. I didn't report it, and I told people not to worry about it, and who cares? I'm a public figure. You could, if you Google hard enough, you can see everything about me. It's all common stuff, and it doesn't bother me. I kind of hope some psycho out there actually, like, comes and finds me in real life so I can go to the next world, okay? And I'm like I'm ready to go, bro, but I'm not gonna go lightly. But essentially, you know, he's linking all this doc stuff where I'm doing harmless things like farting into a microphone or talking not hateful but dirty. Like, I'm just making really gross jokes, I guess. Like, really harmless kid stuff, right? Little, like, not preschool, but maybe middle school level stuff, okay? And again, nothing that breaks rules or nothing that would get anyone banned for anything, of course. You know, but it is one of my old channels, and that's kind of what my fans expected on my old channel, and he links that. And let's see. He links some of the stuff that I said in New World, which was all like, here's the thing. On New World, I had already given all my stuff away. I was ready to quit the game. I was trying to get banned. So how did I do it? My actual ban reason on New World was I made the statement. It was hold on. I made a statement saying that since police officers mostly arrest men, does that make them sexist? Like, come on, this is a harmless quip, dude. Right? Like, it's such a silly thing, right? I just assume that whoever's on the Game Master team for New World used to be a police officer and it, like, pushed them over the edge and they pushed the ban, but I don't know. But I guess Equart didn't find that too funny. I don't know, man. And he said, these are the reasons why you're not accepted in the Albion content creator program. Like, I give a shit. I'm gonna talk to you about creator programs, okay? For one, I don't know what they get. I don't know if they get paid for being in the Albion content creator program. I know they get free premium. They literally get free premium and free skins. And I think that's all they get. And they get a little Discord where they can, you know, sniff each other's farts. Whoop-de-doo. Let me talk about other content creator programs and why I specifically don't join them. So, if you watch my channel, you know that I play a game called Once Human. And it's a pretty popular, it's a Chinese game, and it's like a base building, survival, multiplayer, co-op, do raids, shoot guns, get loot kind of game. And just 3 or 4 days ago, I got offered to join their super high society content creator program. Not the one all the riffraff get to do on Lurk It, but an actual, like, oh, you're a big boy YouTuber, we want you in this content creator program. And here's the thing. The content creator program was essentially, we will just pay you money to, you know, again, continue to make the videos that you're already making. But we're just going to give you more money to incentivize you to keep doing it. And I was like, oh, that sounds awesome, right? And so this company, because China has a lot of money, they were offering, and I'm not joking here, they $10,000 a month, which is insane. I barely make that a year doing Albion. And $10,000 a month, and not only would that solve all my hunger issues, housing issues, I'd be able to save up for maybe a house in 10 to 20 years. I don't know, depending on, you know, inflation. It would essentially immediately put me into the middle class where I currently live. It would allow me to move out of my high crime rate ghetto, and it would change my life. I'd be able to buy a car. I'd be able to afford real commodities. I would finally be able to buy new clothes after 10 years. No, it's been 15 years. Yeah, I've had the same shoes for, like, ever, man. Like, I've worn the same pair of shoes so long that the bottoms are smooth. Like, I go slipping and sliding when I walk around because there's no grip on them anymore, dude. Oh, man, but you know I turned it down, and I'm going to tell you why I turned it down and why that's, you know, all these creator programs are the same. And so let me tell you just the TLDR. I turned down $10,000 a month. Not because I'm insane and crazy and a schizo, but because the one stipulation that they had for being in the content creator program was that I be nice. As in, I can't talk crap, I can't troll, I can't grief servers, I can't be a bad boy and speak my mind politically or about touchy subjects like women's rights to have or not have a baby. All right, just things like that. I couldn't touch on touchy political things. And again, this is a Chinese company, so they probably don't want me talking about Tiananmen Square or whatever. Like, I don't care. You know, like, that's such a stupid troll anyway. Like, oh, talk about Tiananmen Square whenever, you know, China's involved. It'd be like, okay, talk about 9/11 whenever Americans are involved. Who cares? No one cares. I mean, yes, people care, but, you know, it's not the big troll you think it is. You know, I only troll in the video game through video game mechanics anyway. And look, every single person ever would say you should have just took the bag, and then when you want to speak your mind, get banned from the program. But to me, that's dishonorable. That is, I'm agreeing to essentially be their wagey and make videos for a game that I may or may not make videos for anymore, depending on how I feel. But at the same time, that turns me into a shill, that turns me into a fake, that turns me into, I'm a nice guy. Basically, here's the thing. I spent 13 years working retail. You know what I had to do in those 13 years? I had to smile at customers, which is easy for me. I'm a very sociable and charismatic guy. I wasn't always. When I first got hired, I'd stare at the floor and mumble, and I couldn't speak for myself, and I was so unhappy and sad all the time. But I learned how to smile because, well, when your supervisors in corporate are like, you gotta smile at customers, blah, 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 blah. Right, over the years, you just drink the Kool-Aid and you just smile all the time. You go to work and you're like, hi, how you doing? Hey, you find everything all right? Oh, your total is $13.79. Oh boy, I see you're buying dog food. Oh man, what kind of dog do you have? Oh, you have a Rottweiler. Wow, those totally don't eat children like pit bulls do. Man, they're only the second most deadliest dog. See, like, I'm already trailing off. Obviously, I'm saying these things in my head. If you've ever seen the anime Guild Receptionist or something, it's the same thing. All right, we have the same internal thoughts as retail wages. We don't like having to fake talk and be nice to people all the time. And so, for me, it's soul-shattering to have to fake nice and be all smiles all the freaking time. Even PewDiePie admitted to this. He's like, he got so sick of being on YouTube and be like, hey guys, what's going on? It's PewDiePie! and wearing the big fake plastered smile. And so I was, you know, I just trolled him. Like, I was just saying, like, okay, so, you know, do I have to sell my soul for this? What's the catch? And so I can't talk about, like, drone bombings in my videos? That's gonna be an oopsie. How much are you willing to shave off the monthly payments if I can at least talk about, you know, the people falling into helicopter blades and getting, you know, shredded like Swiss cheese or something? Not Swiss cheese, but shredded cheese, whatever. You know, I was just trolling the guy that, you know, for the content creator program, whatever. And they essentially told me that I'm too toxic and they're going to remove me from the mailing list. And I'm like, okay, you're lost, see you later. Right? And, you know, they have plenty of other YouTubers around my size for that game that's already making content and stuff. And I really can't or don't want to compete with them anyway. And it wouldn't matter. Like, it's a total non-issue. But for me, yes, everyone has a price. If they offered $100K a month, I would just zip my freaking lips and play the nice guy. Obviously, I would do that for a few years, and then I would just quit YouTube. But no, for $10,000 a month, even though that's a life-changing amount of money, I'm still not willing to give up my freedom for that. I will not rend my soul anymore with fake smiles and yes-manning. I refuse. I've done too much of my life to go back on that now. I won't do it. And so, that, you know, this leads back to the whole Equart thing about, you know, like, prioritizing the content creator program. You know, he has to be all the fake smiles, and he can't troll and be his true self. And, you know, like, if he's playing Persona and his shadow version came out of the, you know, of the spooky dungeon and was saying the things he truly thought about himself, yeah, it is what it is. But, you know, he's just doing it for the money, I guess, and he's just trying to make ends meet without having to go work, or in his case, go enlist in the army, I suppose. Again, if he's even actually there. I think he's in America, to be real. I'm not, you know, I think he's actually in the United States, just pretending, but whatever. But yeah, anyway, in the stream, you know, he was like, oh, he's got a ban, you know, he was going to ban me from his stream, right? And he pretended to ban me. He didn't actually ban me from his streams. I can still go in there and talk. People can see what I say. I don't, though, because he fake banned me, and I get what he was doing. I get it. You know, he's playing it up like this big breakup, like this big thing, you know, like, you know, he like I can read between the lines. I can understand what was going on, right? And you know, in the Discord DM, he's like, "I wish you the best of luck with consecration." Like, bro, it's Albion. There ain't shit here to do, man. This is a dead audience. It's a small viewer base. It doesn't pay worth a damn. It really, honestly doesn't, right? I've been doing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 videos, and I have like 3 videos on the game out, and those 3 videos have earned more revenue than the entirety of last year's Albion videos combined. That's how big of a difference the ad revenue is from Albion to an actual AAA game that First Worlders play. I'm not joking. But I realized what was going on, so I said my piece to him, and I was like, you know, I'm just crap posting, right? You know, you know, I tried to, like, talk about my questionnaire a bit, how I'm just checking people for meme knowledge to, you know, to make sure they're compatible with me and stuff, and you know, back in my Reddit crap posting days, I would just crap up guild potato farming threads because they'd be like, "Oh, this guild is recruiting, dude," and it's just potato farming, right? And then I talked about the Enclave a bit to them, which I already talked about to you guys with it, you know. And I'm like, they're just old school internet trolls, you know. They just do boring office jobs in real life and tend to gardens and rescue. Like the guild leader of the Enclave, he's painted as this big hateful bigot dude. But he's really, like, he rescues animals and nurtures them back to health. Bro, if I saw a wounded deer in my backyard, I would just kill it and then have animal control pick it up. I wouldn't house it illegally and nurture it back to freaking life. The dude was an absolute saint. The dude that led that guild, despite being labeled as this super mega bigot hater dude, while he did troll in the video game, sure, but he was a genuinely, like an angel. He was literally a hyper hey Benji, Zap Spider says he was literally like the nicest dude ever, right? Like that guy is way more nicer than me. I'm not gonna nurture a wounded deer. To me, a deer is food. Oh, a wounded deer, free meal. Skin it and eat it, right? I don't even know if that's legal where I'm from, honestly, but I mean a lot of my coworkers used to hunt deer, and so I would go to their house and have deer chili. But I don't think they were doing it legally either. But yeah, he says big fan, by the way, in the chat. Anyway, but yeah, like it's all perception, right? But he didn't want to hear any of it. He didn't even reply. And then I told like some of the people that doxed me and stuff. I essentially said, you know, I told them how like they're a troll doxing community and what they're called, and then I talked about my old channel, what I used to do. And I'm like, bro, you always knew I was a troll, and I never even applied to the Albion creator thing at that time. I did later just to get the rejection letter to show off in a video. I was like, you know, it's just an internet persona, and I've never trolled you or your community, blah, blah, blah. And I understand that, you know, me just existing upsets SBI, and that's fine. You just ban me from your chat, and I'm not going to take it personal. And then he gave me some copy-paste response that looked all official in case I tried to screenshot it or whatever, just so he doesn't, you know... He wasn't being human with me, he was being corporate. He was being corporate Equart at that point. And then I replied, I'm like, I'll just disappear then, fine. You know, that's fine, your loss, whatever. And then that was technically that. After everything else, I stopped going to his streams, I unfollowed him, of course, blah, 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 stopped leaving comments on his videos... And then that was it. And then way later on, he like all my fans would be like, "Oh, Equart's crap talking you." He would say that I'm a super dangerous man and that I'm mentally unstable, and he would say all these things. And again, I respect freedom of speech, and everyone says the crazy things about me anyway, and I get it. He's a little baby channel to me compared to me, and he's punching up, and that's fine. That's fine. We all did it. I punched up when I was a baby channel. You know what I did? I crap talked Asmongold. I made little meme videos where Asmongold is the priestess and goblin slayer, and his girlfriend was the fighter lady getting her clothes ripped off by the goblins, and I was the face of the goblins, and so was the people in the guild I was in. Like all this stuff, they're just harmless memes. Do I really feel hatred or anything towards Asmongold? No. Am I envious of his insane riches and fame? Absolutely, of course. But if I saw him in the street, I'm not gonna like attack him or anything. I'm not gonna crap talk him. And I know that he would never be my friend because he's kind of left-leaning in a way and stuff. But again, it's just punching up. It's what people do. It's totally human nature. It's totally normal, and I understand why he's doing it. And it's also to get favor within his new circle of friends, which was Koko and crew. But also, one other thing that I want to point out too is that Equart's editor really hates me. Like, Equart's editor is like full doxing Spurg mode on these nasty websites. Yeah, I've done a lot of homework on his editor, and he's a nasty piece of work. And when people associate or are friends with people that do that kind of stuff, by proxy, it makes them a bad person, alright? So, yeah, you know, that's just how it is. If you're gonna be friends with actual bad people and not harmless troll, like the trolling that his editor's doing, it's not harmless. It's like real life stuff, right? And so I'm just not into that. And you know, it's for the better. It's his loss. It's whatever. But you know, that was basically my interactions with Equart. All right, now so interactions with Koko. Never interacted with him ever. He made some videos clipping some of my voices out of context, which I thought was funny. Whatever. And it is what it is. You know, people are free to, you know, speak their minds. And again, I respect freedom of speech. And I don't watch his streams and anything. But I did have fans tell me, oh, you know, Koko's doxing you on his stream. He's showing your real life photos and where you live. And I'm like, bro, you're not allowed to do that on Twitch. What are you doing? Right? And it's whatever, man. Like, it's whatever. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. My old channel had it way worse because I was a way more prolific troll because I griefed Minecraft servers and not some... Like, Minecraft was super big way back in the day, and I griefed the hell out of Minecraft servers, so people really had it out for me, right? People would visit me at my job in real life. Bad. People would, like, spam faxes and phone calls to corporate. Bad. They would, like, right now, the worst thing I get is people mail me disgusting things and leave dead animals in front of my door. That's the worst thing that I've got so far. And it's not happening as much lately. It's like they kind of laid off or they got lazy about it because it's not really bugging me. And I know talking about it feeds the trolls, and it's like, whatever, man. I mean, it is what it is, right? I just throw it away. It doesn't bother me that much. I've seen way worse for way bigger creators anyway, but the thing is, I don't really have interaction with Koko. Never talked to him, never shared a server with him, and yada, yada, yada. But I get it, you know. Him and T-Banj and I guess Equart at the time, they were this like little trio of like, I don't know what to call it. I guess they were SBI's golden goose. Not really, because well, you know, their channels are kind of small. But essentially, they you know, they had to have this shared hatred. And me as the villain, I was playing my villain role by keeping them united. As long as everyone's hating on me for literally playing the game my own way, which is in yellow zones, because at the time, playing in yellow zones was the best way to play. Not anymore. I've admitted this in most of my recent videos. With all the nerfs to the yellow zone and all the slight buffs to the black zone is now more optimal. So, goodbye 8.4, right? There's really no point to even own 8.4 anymore. All the fun was taken away. You could do faction warfare, but if you don't have Awakened 8.4, there's no point. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that it's normal for people to circle the wagons, ride each other's coattails, sniff each other's farts, and henpeck anyone that they disagree with. This is typical schoolgirl behavior, really, and I don't expect anything less because it's what I've had happen my entire freaking life, and so it's not a shock to me. It's just how it is, and you're like, well, if it keeps happening, it's a you problem. Yeah. I guess it is, because I don't want to conform, because I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not, because I'm not going to, you know, change who I am to fit in with a group of people. If anything, I wouldn't want them to change who they are to fit in with me. Just be your damn self, right? But regardless, that is my history with those two. So let's talk a little bit about what happened between them, and I don't really care what happens between them, you know, it doesn't matter to me. They are not in my circles. So, but my fans, you guys in the comments, you won't shove about it. So I had to make this video. So let's get to it. So from my perspective, it seems like every time they collabed, it wasn't because they were genuine friends that wanted to play a video game together. It was a business decision. Like, oh, we need to play together and make clips and highlights. It's like, why don't we just chill in a server and talk about movies and video games and food or something? You don't have to, like, go to the black zone and kill a bunch of people and have these epic fights. You can just, like, people, if they like you for you, they will watch a video where you and Koko argue about pineapple on pizza or something. Okay? You don't have to always make it some crazy in-game adventure where you're killing things or farming things or getting fat loot. Just have a discussion. Look at any of their collabs. Look at any of their collabs ever. Do they have, like, actual friendship conversations between each other? Now, I don't watch their content, so I don't know if they genuinely do or not, but if I had to guess, the answer would be no. Like, here's the thing that they're not understanding as YouTubers, and I hate to give them tips because they're in the enemy camp, but where's the personality? I don't think I've ever clicked on any other Albion content creators' videos ever where they've shared their personal opinions about what's going on in the world, or what favorite movies they like, or current animes they're watching, or anything. It's all dry, cut and paste. Okay, today I went to the black zone and I killed the guy with my with my curse staff, and my name's Goldstein. Dude, I wish Goldstein would do voiceovers. And I know that he's probably super self-conscious about it, but bro, like, there are I'm not gonna tell you where he's from, but there are super famous YouTubers that share his accent, and people would absolutely love it. Have you ever heard of the YouTuber Big Man Tyrone? Look, you have to know who Big Man Tyrone is. He's like a million-plus sub YouTuber. He's got the coolest accent. He's such a charismatic dude. He dresses up. He's got the Kekistani flag and stuff. And the dude is an absolute joy to listen to. He's like, join the MLG club. It's the greatest accent ever. And if Goldstein ever does a voiceover, we want to hear his voice, damn it. Unless he's like 12 years old or something, which I don't think he is, man. Because he uses like old school Nintendo 64 music and stuff sometimes, and so he's probably in his late 30s. So anyway, now that we have again, it's not evidence, it's just speculation that they probably had very dry collabs where they just kill stuff and do group activities, which is fine. It's Albion, There's not much you can do solo and blah blah blah, and they're probably both known for either going out in Gucci sets or being really good at escaping big solo situations. Bro, I back in the day, I would watch Equart streams, and this dude would throw away like 40 million silver a stream or something stupid. I would log into alt accounts and follow behind him and wait for him to die and scoop up his stuff, just because it was that profitable. And I even offered to give it back a few times, not as me, of course, because I didn't want him knowing that I was doing that. But I would have did it, but he didn't want it back. It's fine, whatever. But it's like I don't know, man. I don't know. And I've never cherry picked my stuff. If I wanted to like push myself out of some super popular, big time, huge, massive, super skilled PvPer, then I could manipulate videos and cherry pick clips and make that a thing. I could totally make it look like a thing. And I don't care. I don't need to. When a lot of people argue against me, oh, Soul Benji sucks at the game. Bro, I'm a multi-billionaire playing completely solo without a guild. So how do I suck at the game? Look, I have the outfit that lets me throw money at people. How do I suck at the game again? Oh no, because my kill stats. Oh boohoo, oh no, my kill stats are low. Oh yeah, so I didn't suck toes in a guild and be in a bomb squad. Whoop-de freaking do, who cares? I don't care. And I don't care if people think I suck at a video game. I used to be in esports. I wasted my entire teen years being in esports. And I didn't make any friends, I didn't make hardly any good memories, and I didn't make a whole lot of money doing it either. So it was a complete waste of my life. And so like how I earlier in the video, I talked about how I wasted my life in retail with fake smiles. Well, I wasted my life tryharding in video games. It doesn't matter in 10 years. Like, no one's going to remember you. Like, okay, right now, Juan's probably number one, right? And I'm not trying to beat dog Juan or anything, PvP fame. Juan, yeah. Do you think people are going to remember him in 10 years that casually played this game? Like, you played the game for maybe a year, 6 months, 3 months, whatever. Do you think that 10 years from now, you're going to bump into Juan at the grocery store and he's buying a package of Snickers and he's going to be an absolute jerk to you in the checkout line? No, I mean, that's a stupid meme. If you don't get it, it's a meme with movie stars. But, like, do you think Juan is going to be remembered by just the random players in 10 years? Maybe, maybe not. What does he do all day? What does Juan do all day? He kills people. When is the last time he killed somebody? Juan, when did you kill someone last? All right, what'd you kill? You killed, today. Yeah. Sedentary cow. Oh boy, what a juicy kill. Oh man. I've ran into Sedentary Cow before. I have ran into that person out here in the black zone. Isn't that funny? Good job, Juan. You killed someone that was trying to kill me. I'll applaud to that, right? So I'm trying, look, you see what I just did? I tried to make a funny memory. And I'm being truthful. I didn't make that story up. That's a real story. right? 10 years from now, I'm not going to remember that. I'm not going to remember that he killed Sedentary Cow and Sedentary Cow tried to kill me. Obviously not. So how do you be remembered in a game? Well, you have to do something different. You have to do something crazy. You have to do something so wild and different from everyone else that it gets you remembered, right? And so, is anyone going to remember the Koko and Equart streams? The collabs? Probably not. Who cares? I mean, yeah, I guess they generate views or something, but they don't generate evergreen views that'll be continue to be viewed 2-3 years later, right? So to me, for them to like pretend to be friends for a business thing and make content that isn't evergreen or memorable, what are they doing? What are they doing, huh? All right, let's talk about their beef now. I'll try not to interject my little stories too much, but okay. So the first topic is that Equart is mad that Koko was talking smack behind his back and to his community for a year straight. And so my take on that is, why didn't you address it like the first day? All right, now I know a lot of people horse around. It's very different between cultures and communities. Where I'm from, I grew up in the ghetto. Everyone craps talks everybody, and I understand as an adult that it's not really the best thing if you're truly friends with someone. If I truly am friends with someone, or I'm truly, you know, like interested in being there for them, I don't talk crap ever, especially not friends, family, anything, right? But you know, as a kid, you don't know that, I guess, and maybe, you know, he just hasn't learned that, or maybe it's a cultural thing. Now, I will say, here's the interesting thing, too, right? You know, I've had friends growing up as a kid and stuff, and, you know, I've also been a part of workplace culture in retail. And so here's how it normally went. You are treated generally, and I'm not saying this is how it is, but you are generally treated or talked about based on how you treat them and how you talk about them. So what I'm getting at is, while if I'm in a friendship circle with a bunch of people and everyone's talking crap about each other's moms and dogging each other, and I'm not doing it, generally when people refer or talk about me when I'm not around, they generally don't do that. They generally it's just mutually respectful. Like, everyone else will be calling each other slurs or whatever, and then when they talk about me, they're like, yeah, you know, Ben's cool, whatever. You know, he's all right. And it's because they're afraid of offending me, or because I haven't done it to them, they don't feel comfortable doing it to me. And, you know, I respect freedom of speech. I don't really care. And I've always told people that. But like, I'll see it in Discord communities, online communities, and random servers, that as long as I'm not doing any crap talking to them or about them, that they aren't generally doing it back to me. So while I do agree that, you know, if you're truly friends with someone, you shouldn't really talk crap about them. You can do criticisms, but if you're just talking crap about them, you're basically like, you're putting yourself above them in a way. And but what I'm trying to get at is that maybe Equart is equally guilty of doing the same thing, because again, I don't watch their content, but from when I look at the thumbnails, it's pretty obvious they're just, you know, having a gaff. They're having a bit of a chuckle at each other's expense. At least that's my take on it. Equart then goes to complain that Koko leaked his DMs, and so this had me like, you know, in my perspective, I'm a goody two-shoes guy despite being Albion's main antagonist villain, right? And to me, it's like, okay, let's say a hacker got into my Discords, and even the banned ones. What would they find in my DMs that I would be upset about? From anyone ever that I've ever talked to? Nothing. I've looked through so many messages back in the day. I almost messaged no one ever because no one really talks to me. But like the most damning thing that I could possibly think of in my Discord DMs that I wouldn't want linked is private conversations with my girlfriend, which is stuff like, hey, can you go to the store and get this? Or hey, you know, do you want to go to the movies? Do you want to do like because there's nothing bad or weird being said in those DMs. It's just simply a conversation that's meant for me and her and no one else, right? And again, it's all harmless stuff, and like, you know, E for everyone rated stuff. I don't talk dirty to my girlfriend or anything, or down to her, or anything of the sort. But it just got me wondering. It's like, what is Equart upset about that his DMs got leaked? Did he dead name someone? Did he use the wrong pronouns? Oh no. Equart then goes on to mention that Koko went after smaller creators and shut them up, which he says we'll talk about later, but it is never discussed in the video, so maybe it's another video. Now, see, that's what I want to know. I want to know all the baby creators that got snuffed out by big man Koko, like Lamau. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, how does that work? Like, how does that work at all, dude? I'm curious, and, you know, I've always tried to find creators. Dude, I used to go every day on Twitch and try to find friends to make, and I'm not compatible with anybody. I would go on YouTube streams and YouTube videos of people with, like 10 subscribers, and their Albion videos are getting, like, 6 views. And I would try to be friends with them, and it just doesn't work out because they're not compatible. It is what it is, but I would be curious who these victims are, and if they're compatible with me, because look, dude, I'm telling you, I could take, in 3 months, I can get you to 100K. Okay, maybe not for Albion. I'll be real. You can't get to 100K in 3 months on Albion, but I can get you to have more monthly views than Equart and Koko in Albion. I can tell you exactly what to make, how to make it, and teach you everything about YouTube. But we have to be compatible, because I'm not going to give this info to my enemies. I'm not going to give this info to someone that's going to be my enemy in the future. It would be only info that I would give to only my very best of friends, which I don't have any friends. So you could be the first. You could literally become part of my inner circle that I don't have yet, that I desperately yearn for. And this Zap Spider guy, he probably watches my videos because he says he's a fan, and he asked me, why do I keep walking around like that, smiley face? It's because I'm filming a video and I want to have, I don't know, I'm autistic, I gotta keep my hands busy, okay? Now, Equart goes on to yap about Koko's, Twitch moderators, I guess. But he's just as guilty because his editor is just as terrible, and, yeah, yeah, man, your editor really sucks, bro. Your editor is just a real piece of work, that's for sure. But so, you know, I'm not seeing anything that leans towards one or the other right now. It then goes on to say that they start snitching to the Albion content creator manager, like it's such baby shit, dude. Such baby crap. But I will say, if you're a snitch, if anyone's snitching, you know, that makes them lose. They auto lose for snitching, that's for sure. Handle your own crap. Don't go tell someone's boss man, you're wagey. I'm one of the Albion online content creators, and this other creator, he made me feel, he made my diaper hurt, right? Like shut up, dude. Like, whoever snitched to a community manager, like, dude, handle your own damn fight. Stop running to teacher or your daycare supervisor or your mommy for your problems. Here's what the two should do, alright? And I would love to do this with other creators too, but I'm unfortunately freakishly strong and probably heavier than everyone except a few guild leaders. I think there's like one he's Brazilian. There's one Brazilian streamer that might be as strong or as big as me, but you guys should just organize a boxing fight and have a little Albion Online boxing match. You can both fly to Thailand for the weekend and rent out one of the gyms. It's real cheap. The Lazy Peon does it, so talk with him and he can get you set up, right? And then y'all should just punch each other in the face, and then there you go. That settles it, right? And I think it would be fun to have a boxing match with other Albion creators, but again, unless they're willing to gain hundreds of pounds and a lot of time at the gym, it would be so completely one-sided. Like, I'm 120 spec, and they're maybe like 20 spec in unarmed combat or something. Like, it just wouldn't even be fair. Like, I got an 8.4 body, alright, masterpiece, and those guys are running around in maybe tier 5 flat or something. He then goes on to complain that they were being toxic, and then he was toxic back because you gotta punch back, right? And then they go snitching. And yeah, that's pretty scummy, but that's what you get for having leftist friends. If you have friends that lean left, that's what they do. They bait you into doing something, and then they go, teacher, 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 and then they laugh whenever you get banned or suspended or muted or whatever, and that's just part of the course. This is why you should only be friends with the right. Then he starts talking about the community manager, and then he mentioned something about the community manager, which I'm not going to talk about on YouTube, but I'm like, uh-oh, that's not going to be good. Yeah, certain people shouldn't have certain jobs, and I don't know the community manager. I know Shadowbrick did a terrible job, and I think he's a piece of crap, even though people told me he's a really cool, chill dude. I don't think so, based on my experiences. Also, Apparently, if you're in the Albion creator program and you do something really heinous, you get fined like $3,000. Like, just don't pay them. Dude, they're an indie company. What are they gonna do? Fly down and knock on your door? You owe me $3,000 for breaking your Albion content creator contract. You're gonna have to pay that. I'm like, nah, I'm just not gonna pay it. I'm just not gonna pay it, dude. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. Can't do nothing, right? But yeah, I mean, like, dude, it's stupid how these people bend the knee to these arbitrary rules, right? Then he goes over how Koko is being fake nice in his message, and yeah, that's basically how he is, man. Like, it's very obvious that's how he is. I mean, he even did that crap with me on a comment one time. I can't find the comment. I don't know how to search for it. Whatever. So back in the day, Nezori was doing a sponsored stream apparently with some random dude weed smoker named Coupons that has like 100K followers and almost no views at all. And half of his stuff is probably botted, and it's dude weed content and not video game content anyway, who cares? But the point is that Nezori, being an actual employee of the game, was dog walking this Coupons guy around the game world, and they were in a yellow zone, and they were faction flagged up, and then they unfaction flagged, and I got banned for 2 weeks for fighting him. I downed Nezori like 3 times in a yellow zone, and here's the thing. He flagged up on me. They were doing a group dungeon, and I just showed up. Group dungeons are public property. Group dungeons are not exclusive to streamers. They are not exclusive to anyone, right? They are literally an open world thing that anyone can go to and participate in. So all I did was I got on a Bear Paws set, which is totally fine, full 8.4, for doing a tier 5 yellow zone group dungeon. And I went in there, and I stood around, and I'm muted. I can't talk to them. I can't communicate. I can't be like, hey, invite me, or anything, right? And I'm banned in all their Twitch stream chats and blah, blah, blah. And I have no way of communicating to Nezori, hey, invite me. So you know what he does and his friends do? They click the little PvP button and flag up. And I'm like, okay, you're not at 8.4, and if you want to fight for content and you want to beat me up, and I was outnumbered. I wasn't outgeared, though. And so, yeah, I fought them, and I won, and downed them, and they had to sit there for 3 minutes kneeling on the ground, and complaining that I'm a mentally ill person, and that they're going to get me banned, and they're talking to the game masters right now, blah, blah, blah. And so I left for a little bit. And then I came back, and then they attacked me again, so I downed them again. And then he was yapping about getting reinforcements to, like, force me out of the dungeon, which he's free to do. And so I'm like, well, if he's free to do his thing. So I ask around in Discords, hey, Nezori wants to fight me, so does anyone want to help? I'm outnumbered. And so a few people show up. I think I had like 2 or 3 people with me, maybe. And they weren't even geared at all. They had like 5.1, flat 4, maybe tier 6 or something. Like, and they weren't even like PvP builds. They were just whoever was nearby at the time, because it was all the way up in Thetford. And so they fight me a 3rd time, and we beat them. We downed them again. And they're sitting there bitching and complaining and moaning and groaning. And I decide to leave. So I leave the dungeon. I'm riding towards Thetford to go teleport back to Bridgewatch and be like, whatever, Nezori's stupid. And a game master logs me out of the game. So I log back in, and I continue back towards Thetford, and a game master logs me out again. Not a disconnect, it's a game master logging me out. And it's just me. It's not anyone else that downed. Like, he was getting downed constantly by other people anyway that saw the stream and was like, yeah, let's mess with him, right? And I didn't flag up on him. He flagged up on me because it's me. And they don't like me. And so, you know, after getting logged out a few times on the Game Master, I eventually go to Thetford. I go back to Bridgewatch. I go to my island. I log out. And then I get a notification a day and a half later that I'm banned for 2 weeks. And I make a video about it. And then every freaking other content creator has a comment, a very similar comment. They obviously rehearsed their comments, and they all planned it in their little Discords. They're all sniveling and snickering and rubbing their hands together and being little rats like in the rogues hideout here, little rats running around. And of course, Koko, being one of the rats, he leaves his precious little comment. Here's a post 6 years ago on Reddit about Nezori getting stream sniped, where he flagged up in a red zone and then got killed and then complained about stream sniping. Here's a video where Nezori stream snipes someone named Henrik in Mortal Online 2. Also, I love the AI. Can you go to jail for stream sniping? Yes! Stream sniping can be a criminal offense! it isn't, man. But yeah, let's go over his sugar-coated nice comment, because again, this is all about Equart saying that Koko was sugar-coating crap, and I totally believe it, because again, he does that with everybody. But anyway, so he's like, this is my first and last time commenting on one of your videos. Yeah, because he can't debate with me. That's why he won't ever reply, and he won't leave a comment with an actual discussion, because he knows that he'll just get BTFO'd, which means blown the F out. He first says that none of us Twitch streamers legitimately cares about that. And yes, you all cared. You were all crapping your britches whenever I started paying people to stream snipe, which is going to be a thing again, by the way. I just want to point out, I just want to segue a bit. Once I'm done covering some other games, because I really need the money, and Albion doesn't pay well, I'm going to start offering very large silver rewards on the Americas server for people to destroy streamers and get me their kill trophies. I am going to be paying a large sum of money for streamer kill trophies to decorate my island with, and I can open it up and look, be like, haha, you died, Lamau. That's the name of the game. Alright, Albion Online is a full loot PvP game, and if I want to pay silver for someone to murder you in the game, that is absolutely fine and doesn't break any rules regardless. But again, I have spies in these Discord servers, and they show me all the crap talk, and you guys were all super worried that like my fan base was going to zerg you guys down and just constantly like camp every zone and stuff. And it turns out that my fan base isn't PvPers. Because when I did the stream snipey thing and I offered people silver, which some of you guys might know about it, some of you might not, because I did delete the videos. They're up on Rumble, by the way. You can still watch them on Rumble. But essentially, I was paying like 10 million to like kill certain streamers, and no one could do it. Not a single person succeeded at doing it. And like Equart was the only reasonable voice in the Discord servers discussing. He was like, Soulbidge's fan base is just a bunch of 12-year-olds, and they don't PvP, they just play in safe zones. And that proved to be true. Maybe not the 12-year-old part. I mean, everyone's obviously over 18, right? But the point is that not a single one of my fans, even with me helping them and funding them and giving them gear and advice and, you know, location updates. Oh, the streamer is in this zone at this part of the map. Go get them. They still couldn't, like they were losing in, like, tier 7 gear against a 4.1 player. Like, there was a guy that used a 4.1 Badon bow in a dungeon who was new to the game. And my fans who were in flat 7 with max spec, with, like, battle axe or something, lost. They were losing fights. And I don't know if they're throwing on purpose or something, but it turns out that a lot of my fans are also y'all's fans. And a lot of them just didn't want to kill y'all. So it's really not a big deal. But I think if I just offer a more serious amount of silver, that I can eventually get someone to commit the deed. And I might have to do that. Because I was offering, you know, 2, 3, 10 million, maybe 20 million, maybe 50 million, maybe 100 million. But here's the thing now. All these guys, all of you guys, all the big ones are all on Europe. I don't play on Europe, so there's not that many targets, okay? There's just not a lot. I mean, maybe Nazori, I guess. Go get him, right? Yeah, guys, we'll pay big money for a Nazori head. And not one where he, like, gets a one-up on me where he lets himself get killed so that I'm out money. Or silver, rather. That's not going to be the case. It has to be like a legitimate, actual, real kill. But anyway, enough about the stream snipey stuff. Yeah, this is the copy-paste corporate slop you can expect. He says, I'm trying to stay as rational as possible and try to talk to you as a friend. What? We've never spoken before, at all, ever. And then, like, just a few days prior to this message, he's full doxing me on his streams. His Discord chats are just full of massive amounts of hatred and scorn and envy, and it's like, bro, like, you expect me to believe that? Maybe he just has a different definition of friend. I don't know, man. And if you want to see my response, you can go to this video, or you can just read it here. I'll scroll through it super duper quickly. You can pause the video if you really care about any of this stuff. And yeah, what are people doing in the game here? They're spamming emotes or something. They're laughing. They're all laughing at me, guys. But, here's my response again. And, yeah, what kind of friend, quote, makes soundboard clips and shows their face from 2010 StarCraft video? Yeah, right. So, oh, man, like, How is it useful to the community to grab your butt buddies and go smash randos in Ava Roads or Mr. Open World? What use does 92% of the player base that don't touch the full loot content have to benefit from that at all? Like, that's my takeaway. That's the real takeaway. But enough about this subject. But really, here's the takeaway. Nah, the personal attack is when you spammed Equart and gave him a him or me choice, as in Koko or Swole Benji, to drop me because you were sick of seeing me in his chat and streams. And that's how it was, because every time I was in an Equart stream, you know, back in the day, you know, I would always see Koko be like, hey, check your DMs to Equart, and he was clearly sending docs and other things to try to convince Equart to hate me. And real quick, before we continue, there is things where Equart points out things with Koko's personal life or whatever, like drugs or something. Who cares? Who really cares, right? But my take is that, okay, so here's the thing with Albion, right? If you RMT or you cheat, you get like permabanned forever, ever. You're never allowed to come back ever. However, they have made exceptions with very massive influential guild leaders who sold silver for real money, got banned and came back, and now they're allowed to do Crystal League stuff and other things. So that's clearly, it's clearly a per favoritism basis. But back in the day, good old Equart, he needed money to pay medical bills, which is kind of funny because, where was I going? Sorry. Yeah, so he RMT'd at some point and got banned, and his excuse was he needed to help pay medical costs. Now, I've worked with a lot of people that came from Ukraine, and they tell me that, like, medical costs are kind of free and kind of aren't. So I don't know how he's, like, breaking the bank on medical costs. It's not my problem. It's not my, like, who cares? I don't really care. And it's a noble thing to give up your virtual character's wealth to pay for your real life health of a family member, sure. But apparently because, again, he's an influential YouTuber man with view counts, they let him come back and didn't just reban him over and over again, right? Like they would if he had no following. And again, that's a business decision by SBI, or maybe he was banned so far back in the day that wasn't policy. And I don't know. I'm not calling for a ban. I'm not saying that RMT is good or bad. Again, it's not my business, but you know, like he's got skeletons in his closet too, I suppose. But the point that I'm getting at, I'm not just trying to dig at Equart or anything. What I'm getting at is that he is, they call it the content creator ambassador, right? And that is when they feature your crap on, like, the front page. They're never going to feature my stuff because Robin Hinkies is a leftist who hates Elon Musk and freedom of speech. It's really that simple, right? And, you know, Robin Hinkies equates me to a German World War II soldier. That's the safest, nicest way I can say that. But the point is that, why are they making RNTers ambassadors for one? But again, I don't really care. And the people that do get featured on the launcher and the front page and shouted out by the Albion TV twerps, they get like 200 views, bro. They get like 200 views. It's literally nothing. It's literally nothing in the grand scheme. And for this to be a concern means that he doesn't, like he's more concerned with what people think of him than his freedom of speech. Like, I'm not going to trade 200 freaking views to have my speech stifled and to follow some arbitrary guideline rules of content creation when I'm already making videos for the game anyway, right? Like, I don't know. SBI wastes a lot of money. They get these, like, outsiders to make, like, a one-and-done video. They pay them, like, $10,000 allegedly to do it. And it's like, bro, you didn't make 10,000 back in sales at all. I'm the #1 guy on referrals, by the way, so I definitely made a bunch of sales for this damn game. Where's my free tote bag? Where's my Albion Online t-shirt? Why isn't Robin Hinkies flying down to meet and greet me and have a little sit-down interview in real life? I'll do it. I'm not afraid to show face. I just don't have a webcam or a phone to do it. And honestly, I think this webcam, because I had an old channel where I webcammed, it didn't really add anything to the guide videos. And, like, if anything, it just makes me waste time making goofy faces and wild expressions because I'm aware that my face is being recorded. So instead of just speaking with a blank slate face, I actually have to annotate with my face the feelings that I'm conveying through my words. And it's just extra work. And as I say that, I'm doing hand gestures, like you can see my hands and my arms waving around. It's like, it's just habit. I don't know. Anyway, Equart goes on about being pissed off by the AFK streamers, and yeah, it's a blight. I'm not a Twitch guy. I don't really care about the Twitch community, but it's a dead ass. Like the game is completely dead whenever you go to Twitch, and it's just a bunch of reruns and AFK dudes. Mammoth giveaway in 200 days. Oh boy, I can't wait to win a mammoth, guys. Like for real, and people just park their, they turn the volume down, turn it off, and they just park their, their webpage there, and they collect the skin drops. Like, bro, I have every skin from the Twitch drops, and it only took me, I don't know, half a year to get. Who the hell's still watching these things? Alright, now he proceeds to get mad because someone on Koko's stream, as they're kneeling down dying, says, screw Equart, the not-so-nice way of saying that, and so they spared his life. And I think that's just funny that like that's like the most schoolyard kid preschool thing ever to get upset about. Like, is Equart very not resilient to basic like banter like that or something? What is? I have never seen that skin before. Holy crap, that is interesting. What is that? That is the. Oh, I've seen that before. The Voyager's cat. Okay, that's cool. But I mean, dude, that's laughably like low tier to be an upsetty spaghetti thing about, man. All right, I zoned out a bit, but I heard that Equart claims that Koko will do anything to stay on top. He's never been on top. I've been on top. Me, yeah, not in Twitch, sure, but you know one of the reasons why I don't do Twitch is because it would just intrude in y'all's little harem that you have. If I became a Twitch streamer, I'd be the best Twitch streamer. I can't do a Trump accent, but you get the idea. If I actually pushed and put all my effort and energy and interest into doing Twitch, y'all would, yeah, no one's gonna watch me for drops. Sure, that's fine. I don't care. I know SBI won't give me drops. All right, doesn't matter what I do. Even if I go knock on Robin Hinkey's door at his mansion, I assume he lives in a mansion because he's rich. Maybe he lives in a modest house, who knows? But I go knock on his door and I give him a Valentine's Day heart because it's no, it's not. No, dang, I missed Valentine's Day. Crap, my girlfriend. Oh no. But oops. But the point is that I could probably talk them into giving me drops, or I could just change my voice a little bit, give it some bass, and start a new channel somewhere and literally make a fan follow. Like in 3 months, I could be on top as a new persona, as a completely different named character and everything. It wouldn't be that hard. It would be rather, dude. I have a lot of connections with big Twitch streamers, mostly in the political spectrum. But I could pull a few favors, right? But either way, Koko's never been on top as far as content creation goes. It's always been me, dude. Okay, before I came to the scene, it was Lupac, and I blew past him in my, first month of playing, dude. Like, I studied the game, I asked around, I did my research, and then 1 month later, oops, Lupac quits. Or, not really quits, but he starts to feel the burn, or he's constantly making jokes about me shoving hamsters up my butt or something. I don't know. That's his, go-to weird anal fetish thing. Again, I don't know. Equart then goes to usher that smaller creators need to speak up about Koko, which I guess is what I'm kind of doing. Me too! It's the Me Too Koko movement. Oh man, you ever been to a Koko party? You should invite me to a Koko party. Equart then goes on to mention about Twitch streamers earning a lot more revenue because they're streaming to AFK bots collecting skins. You want to know how much they make? I don't know, but I've heard, and allegedly, I don't know if it's true or not, that Juan makes $300,000 a year. You want to know how much I make? I make $17,000 a year, which is not even minimum wage. I can go work at a grocery store and make $24,000 a year. And no, that money doesn't cover bills or food. I eat beans, rice, and tortillas. And my girlfriend pays the rent. He then goes on to talk about Koko's personal life, about drug abuse, or former drug abuse, rather. And listen, I grew up in the ghetto. Every single person in my entire life, except me, they were alcoholics, they did drugs, they smoked, they got tattoos, yada, yada, yada. And not a single one of them has ever stopped doing it. So if he stopped doing it, Holy crap, that is impressive. That is, you know, let's have a little clap for Koko if he quit his drug addiction or whatever. Good. Again, I don't know, and I don't really care. Not my thing, right? And then he goes on to say something about how he has a girlfriend, but he dumped her to focus on streaming. Now, here's the thing, right? Like, okay, this is different for everyone, but I value love and connections with people over anything, especially money or fame. And so if I had to make a choice, be lonely, sad, and no one loves me, no GF, but be insanely rich and live in a mansion with millions of dollars, I would not trade that. I'd rather be poor, broke, and homeless and have a girlfriend than not. But that's just me, and not everyone is. And, you know, you got to think of it like this. Maybe he was in a bad relationship, or maybe the person was just using him, or maybe he's just not that into girls or something. I don't know. But I don't feel like this is a point that you would bring up to, like, defend your position. It just seems pointless. It's like, so what? He broke up with a girl to stream more. What'd he do? Like, who cares? Who cares? And don't think I'm defending or trying to suck up to Koko, because I'm not, all right? I just think it's such a stupid, like, non-essential thing to bring up. Be like, oh, did you know when he goes out for cheeseburgers, he doesn't get it with pickles? He doesn't eat pickles on his cheeseburgers. Like, who cares? Who cares? But I get it. I have legitimately been kicked out of a World of Warcraft guild before because I said I like pineapple on pizza. And the guild leader was this big hotshot pizza aficionado. He traveled the world eating pizzas, and pizza was like his only personality trait. And it offended him so damn much, he just immediately kicked me out. And I was doing a duo role. I was a healer and his top DPS and his enchanter and everything. And so he lost a very valuable member that day, all because of his self-righteous belief over that pineapples shouldn't belong on pizza. And I'm not making this up. This is a real thing that happened to me. And I was in that guild for like over half a year, and he just immediately spurred out over me liking pineapple on pizza to the point where he didn't want to associate with me anymore. Like I had murdered his firstborn child or something. Like, it's ridiculous. So maybe that's like how Equart views people. Like, oh, you broke up with a girl? Oh, you're a bad man. He also tries to shame him, saying that, like, his girlfriend and his girlfriend's family became his new family. Like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know Koko at all, but for me, personally, like, I don't really have a family. My family is completely dead, except for my mom, who lives so far away, out in the middle of nowhere, because that's all she can afford, to live in the literal middle of nowhere, in, like, the wilderness. Right? And I don't have a car, and it's so far away that I can't even drive there, and I don't have a phone, so I can't Uber there. And so I see her, like, maybe a few times a year, right? And it sucks, you know. I'd prefer to just live with her or something, you know, and split the bill or something, right? And I know people are like, you live with your mom? Like, hell yeah, dude, save money on bills. But, I mean, again, I don't know his situation, but, you know, I have a girlfriend, and I think her family is freaking cool as hell, and I've hung out with them, and I would defend them as I would my own family. And so my question is, did his former girlfriend try to force him to stop streaming to do, like, normie stuff? Like, go to the gym or go to movies? And it's like, bro, I'm working. Like, imagine if, like, Juan had a controlling... Like, Juan doesn't... I don't know if he still does, but he used to stream, like, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, I think. And imagine if he had this, like, overly oh, that skeleton disappeared. Creepy. Uh-oh. Imagine if he had this over-controlling girlfriend that was like, get off the internet and let's go bra shopping or something. He's like, okay. I don't know why Juan is sounding like that, but again, just it's just a cartoon. Who cares, right? But the point is that, like, bro, if someone's, like, pulling me away from my video games, like, no, like, I'm just gonna keep streaming and making a bunch of money. Like, I assume that if Juan makes 300K a year, that maybe Koko makes something six-figure-ish, okay? And if anyone tries to pull you away from a six-figure job where you're literally playing a video game and socializing and not actually doing anything for society or working, then, excuse me? Do you realize how lucrative this is? Is the girlfriend from high society that lives in a mansion and like, you know, has to, like, obey table manners where you have, like, a salad fork or something? Excuse me? Clearly they're not compatible if that's the case. I don't know, man, but like you give me a six-figure job, I'm gonna do the job, and We can go out on a date after I'm done. Like, what? And then Equart goes, and he says the line, he says that he was fooled into thinking that Koko was his friend. Kind of like how I spent 2 years in your chats and streams being a chill guy, and you didn't seem to mind the trolling that I did outside of your community, which I never trolled his community, I never trolled him. I simply crap posted against Potato Farming Guild on Reddit, and just crap posted in the game until I got muted. And, yeah. It's come full circle. Uh-oh. Here's the absolute truth of this. Like, this drama doesn't matter. I don't even want to make this video at all, but my fans won't shut up about it. So, can you guys, like, hug and kiss on the mouth and, like, give each other a handy or something so I can go back to playing other damn games and not, like, I've sat here for, like, I paced around an hour to think about how I'm going to do this video, and then I think I've spent 2 hours on this video now, and, oh, man, just, like, you've wasted my time, all right? You've wasted my time. I want to go back to playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and maybe Avowed. I'm going to try to get that game for free. I put in on a few websites to get it for free, and if I don't, then I'll make a video begging for that one too. I hate to ask you guys to buy me games, and I know it's kind of weird and rainbowy game, but I gotta make guides for other games, or I'm literally on the streets. So whoop-de-doo. But yeah, it's funny because in his comment section, I called out this behavior that this exact thing would happen years ago, and people remembered. I love it that you guys remember the things that I say. I'm not a clairvoyant, or I guess I am a clairvoyant, and, you know, I always joke that I'm an isekai, that's having a Groundhog Day, where every time I die, I come back to when I was 6 years old and relive the same life, and this time I decided to play Albion instead of some other game, and, Like, I can't change the future. I can't save Flaccid Baron, guys. I couldn't save, oh, dang, what's his name? The other dude that, like, had a girl problem, and then he jumped from a high place. I forget his name right now. Whatever. He then goes to call Koko a narcissist, and this is the typical de facto default NPC Redditor take on anyone that trolls and anyone that's... I get called a narcissist every freaking day by random people, and let's go over it, alright? A grandiose sense of self-importance. I probably didn't pronounce that word right, but they may believe they are unique or special and only understood by other special people. All right, so here's the thing. I come from the ghetto, right? He's not talking about me. He's talking about Koko, but I come from the ghetto. And in the ghetto, you always you are the most important person. You are. So this is not a negative trait, despite, you know, narcissism being pegged as a negative trait by society and media. All right, so thinking of yourself as the most important person is literally self-preservation, especially in the ghetto. You're going to see gangsters stand up to cops knowing damn well that if they just kept their mouths shut and didn't start crap with the cop, that they wouldn't get arrested. But they have to because it's their pride. Pride in the saying that I am. No, pride in the fact that if they don't do it, their peers will look down on them. Do you think that if I bent the knee and suckled toes, that I would have the fan base and following that I have now? Absolutely not. And the same is true not only in the streets in the ghetto, but in content creation. If you are not the most important person, you know, then it doesn't work. You become someone's second, third wheel, whatever it may be, and it's required in the job, okay? The next one is lack of empathy, which I don't know Koko, so I can't really talk on this one. But for me, like, if I crush a bug, I feel bad for days, man. Because that bug is just trying to get some water, some food, and he's just crawling around on the ground. I'm like, I gotta kill you, or my girlfriend will flip out. Whoops, sorry, bro. And I'm not gonna live in an apartment with bugs anyway, right? Sense of entitlement. I love to play this card. Now, as a troll, this is my favorite way to... It's one of my favorite ways to troll, is to have a massively inflated self-entitlement. I love this. So maybe Koko actually has this, or he's just trolling. I don't know, but I will literally go to Steam forums and make a thread and be like, how dare you don't give me a Steam key for your game? Do you know how famous I am on YouTube? And everyone that replies is like, bro, just buy the game. If you're big enough YouTuber, you can afford to buy the game, right? And it's all a grift. It's all a troll. It's all for my own silly amusement, right? And so, again, that's just a persona thing. But maybe it is with him, maybe it's not. The next one is manipulative behavior. They may try to please others to get what they want. Alright, so I'm not very good with, like, knowing manipulative stuff, so I can't really speak on that one. Does he get people to do stuff for him? I don't think so. Otherwise, wouldn't he have tried that with me or something? I mean, a long time ago, his fans were like, Koko wants to fight you in 8.3. And this is back before 8.4, I think. And I'm like, sure, if he pays for it. And then I've never heard from him again. Right? Or his fans, rather, because it wasn't even him. Let's see. Preoccupation with power, beauty, or success. Okay, so we definitely don't have power, beauty, or success in there at all. Or maybe people find him beautiful. I'm a dude, so I don't find other dudes beautiful. I'm sorry, okay? Ask a girl gamer, all right? Success, maybe, I don't know how much he makes on Twitch. Power? What power? Need for admiration. I think this is a basic human need, and if you don't get admired by anybody, that you just end up some sort of weird, creepy kid. I wasn't admired as a kid, so I definitely need this, and most nerds share similar upbringings, so I would assume that maybe, like, all humans need admiration. It's part of being a human, alright? They need the touch of a loved one's fingers, and the knowledge that there's someone there for them that they can talk to and be friends with. I don't have any friends. I just have fake admirers on YouTube that I don't actually really get to see or touch or feel or whatever. You get the what? I'm not gonna go and be like, hey guys, fan meetup, and I'm like running my fingers through your hair or anything, okay? Nothing weird like that. But you get the idea, right? I think everyone actually needs admiration. This does not make someone a narcissist. Next up, we have, they may be easily upset by criticism. Uh-oh, Equart, you're a narcissist. Sorry, bloop. Right? Nah, dude. They may be envious of others or believe that others are envious of them. This is every creator ever. Duh. I'm envious of Asmongold. Of course I am. He's a multimillionaire. He surrounds himself with cool people. He has an easy life. He can literally say something and get hundreds of thousands of views. So does Moist Critical. Why wouldn't I be envious of these people? They can literally just fire up a video, talk for 8 minutes, and make more money than I've ever made my entire life in a single video. That's not fair. That's normal. That's absolutely, completely normal to be envious of, right? They may be very superficial. Okay, I need to Google what does superficial mean? Okay. Existing or occurring at or on the surface. Okay, I don't know what that means, so let's try the other one. Situated or occurring on the skin, appearing to be true or real, there we go, only until examined more closely. Alright, so people call me superficial. They're like, Swole Benji pretends to know what he's talking about, but he doesn't know anything. And I'm like, bro, I know what I'm talking about. Trust but verify. Alright, as far as I know, Koko doesn't make guides, so I don't know about that one. They may have impaired relationships. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Bro, if no one had an impaired relationship, you would only have one girlfriend ever, and one friend ever, or a few friends ever. You wouldn't have to go make new friends, or, you know, find a new job, or whatever. Who the hell isn't? What the frick, right? Let's see. It can be harmful to both the person with the disorder and those around them. When to seek help. A qualified expert. See, there's the shill. A qualified expert. No one is qualified to diagnose anything, okay? I think it's all kind of a scam, whatever. Yeah, everyone calls me a narcissist, but really, I'm just a sadist. I like it when others aren't as happy or, you know, whatever. And this applies to the video game, okay, not real life. If I walk into, like, an ICU and there's, like, a guy whose his leg got chopped off or blown up by a landmine and he's screaming and bleeding everywhere, I feel real bad for that dude, right? That's empathy. Now, if I'm in the game and I'm being hunted down by gankers, and everyone behind me gets killed, but I survive, I find that highly amusing and funny, because they had a bad day, they lost their gear, but I got away, so... And again, that's normal. That's absolutely normal, alright? There's a reason I gank in yellow zones, because I think making someone wait for 3 minutes to stand back up is more punishing than them losing a 30 to 50k silver set and then going back. And that's why I would gank low-level players in World of Warcraft with my maximum geared rogue. It was insanely fun, and I would continuously do that to this day if I didn't need money. But I need money, so I have to make guides for games. But see, Equart is like calling Koko manipulative and blah blah blah. And here's the thing, in DMs, Equart also called me manipulative. I never tried to manipulate the guy. I simply just didn't respond to his DMs for 4 months, which, like, how am I manipulating him by not responding? Is this some sort of mind trick where it's like, don't reply to the girl and she'll fall in love with you, dude? No, it's like, I just knew that doing a collab with Equart would just put him in a worse position with everyone else that hates me, and he's not ready to become the bad boy, evil, dark side Sith Lord that he might be destined to be. But there's like I don't manipulate people, and if he called me manipulative and he's calling Koko manipulative, I don't think Koko manipulates people either, really. But I don't know him, and you'll just have to see where the drama goes. Again, the people wanted my opinion. Why are you asking me? I don't talk to these people. They're like little baby channels. They don't even have 100K subs. Where's their plaque? And yeah, I know people want me to come back and be the big bad wolf villain guy and make a bunch of drama so they can all band together and have a little friendship is magic My Little Pony moment where they, power up their Power Ranger turbo suit and beat me up and save the day, and they're all heroes and they all high five each other and go out for milkshakes or something. And have you guys seen that anime where it's like the Red Ranger goes to a magical world and he meets like a wizard girl? That anime is pretty freaking awesome. You guys should check that out. And now I'm going to dig into the comments of his video because we're going to see what the people are saying about this. All right, so here we go. We got this video is not making you any better than him. He is to blame for mocking and joking about you, but the fact that you talked about his family, girlfriend, dark problems, that's the worst thing you could have done. You were friends and he trusted you. Such a dick move. Now, why not just, kill him in the game and take his 8.4 or something, huh? There's a reason this person never liked Koko. When he came to his streams, it always felt fake. There was no real connection. Bro, I got news for you. I'm the only real one here. Everyone else is fake. I'm just saying. They're too... Here's the thing, right? Their hands are freaking tied by that content creator program. They can't say shit negative about Robin Hinkes and his little indie slop game made in Unity that was a Kickstarter donation game. I'm not kidding. Literally, they can't do it. They are not allowed to speak their true minds or their true feelings or their true self. They have not went through the personification of having their soul shattered, going into an evil dungeon and fighting themselves to realize who they truly are. Leaking his drug and personal problems is still questionable. Where's the proof is my thing. Like, you gotta show proof, man. Like, show Koko ripping a fat bong or something. I don't know. This person says that Koko represents the toxic part of Albion. Dang, I thought I was the one that did that. I guess I gotta work harder, guys. I like this guy here. He says, Swole Benji wins. How did I win? What did I win? What do I get? I didn't do anything, bro. I didn't cause this. I'm not, behind the scenes making them hate each other or anything. Also, Andrew Tate avatar much? This guy says, Swole Benji collab time? Bro, I left him on read for 4 months. It ain't happening. And I don't think he likes me. And he plays in Europe and I don't. So, whoops. I just want to point out, chips are nice. I see him in everybody's comment section. Except mine. He stopped posting on mine. I don't know what happened. So, Swole Benji was right. Of course, dude. When have I ever been wrong? When I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I think I was wrong a few times about gold prices. Oops. You mentioned that Koko canceled someone on Albion community. Yeah, he tried to cancel me once. Didn't work. It's like who cares? Go for it, bro. I believe in freedom of speech. You can stand on the street corner dressed as a World War II soldier all you want, and you don't deserve to get punched for it. I know people are going to really hate me saying that, but that person has a right to freedom of speech, and they don't have a right to being assaulted for it. Now, again, it's messed up that they do that, but it is their right to do so. This person says, no friends, no enemies, no problems, except crippling loneliness. And then here's Scribble Loops whinging about trying to false flag the Equart shot first. No, he did, so it doesn't work. Literal proof in the video, unless he's falsifying that proof, and then maybe this Scribble Loops guy has a little bit of something. But hey, let's just juice up that drama. Let's just pump it up. Alright, you could smell it on him from the first time you see him. To be honest, he looks rotten. I think he looks like a neat. I tend to be friends with neats, but he doesn't like me, so whatever. Oops. This guy says, Equart is 57. Jokes hurt you? If yes, I'm sorry. So, is this calling Equart old, as in he's 57 years old, or is he 5'7", as in 5 foot 7 inches? Every man ever on this damn planet has been called short and old. That's just how it is. Here's a comment that says, Benji wasn't all wrong after all. Dude, this person says, you don't need money to be happy. You just need a good friend. This person is clearly privileged. Oh, man. Money does buy happiness. Don't believe the lies. Oh, here we go. This guy talks about Koko using soundboards with Equart's voice. Yeah, he did that with mine, with my old channel's content. And it's like, dude, I don't give a shit. I think it's funny, but But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, like if you have a friend, an actual legit friend, I don't think it'd be something you would do without running it through with them first. We got Bucket Wolf, and I love his avatar. It's like a laughing dude. Maybe Benji was always right from the beginning. And they're like, what'd he say? What he said? How can these two can't say a proper sentence? What did he say? What is it he said? Would it be more appropriate? Just, I know English isn't your first language. After all, Swole Benji is an intelligent person. Bro, I am of average intelligence. My IQ is only 105. I didn't technically graduate middle school, so calling me intelligent is not entirely true, bro. I'm just more of a street smart, savvy, ghetto guy. And then he calls me wrong mentality for Albion. Yeah, being a billionaire is a wrong mentality. I'm also petty. Yeah, I'm petty. He's true there. I'm definitely a petty guy. Alright, I'm gonna try to read this guy's comment, and, okay, so he's been following the videos for a while. He saw Koko's video, and even though it doesn't happen often, he noticed he talks at a height. I don't know what that means. It's clear that it's offensive, and only a blind person would not notice. Damn it. I'm gonna skip some of this because I can't read it. Inappropriate jokes with your nickname. That has to be nickname. Stickers with your face. Voiceovers on stream. He acts like an offended ex. Everything should have a line, and Koko crossed it a long time ago. Zipper face. I think that means a long time ago. I think that's what that means. Don't lose heart. True fans will always be with you. Okay, there, we got it. We did it. We read the words. As I remember, Soul Benji predicted this would happen in a video some times ago. Maybe I am a people person. His random noise outbursts during his streams are immature and obnoxious. I've never watched a Koko stream, but that sounds like autism. And autism speaks, and you will listen. Bro, when I'm driving down the road in a car by myself, I make all sorts of noises. You guys, I should just make a video of just me just rattling in a car. I've tried it once with like a weird little USB music player because I don't have a mic or a recording device or a phone. All right, so this one is something about Photoshop and something about going too far about the personal stuff. All right, so this guy says, he messed up leaking DMs, but you should also not leak DMs. Bro, no. Eye for an eye until no one messes with you anymore. All right, that's the street motto. All right, plot twist. Swole Benji turns into new Koko. I think I actually have longer hair than him. Let me go check. No, he's got longer hair, damn it. And I can't stand long hair. I need a haircut. Oh, man, but that requires money and going out in public. So this guy says that I have no money, as he clearly doesn't watch my videos, bro. This, like, I've got money. I've got over 2 billion, not on me, but I've got money, dude. All right, so this guy says that he thinks that I'm bored to play Albion, that my videos are, like, getting burnt out. The only reason I'm making videos is for a living. So here's the thing. The channel was made to support a British streamer named Britbong, which I still do, in trolling. However, he kind of gave up trolling due to other trolls attacking his real life. But anyway, so Albion is very boring to me because I'm already super rich and there's nothing to do and there's nothing to grind. So Albion doesn't make good money. The reason I make videos is because a long time ago, I used to be in esports and pro gaming. And so I realized that if I don't find a way to save my power level or my knowledge of the game, that when I want to play it 10 to 20 years later, I have to start all over again and grind out getting all the knowledge and all the practice from before. So, for Albion, I have all the knowledge converted into video. So if I were to quit this game for 10 years, and yes, there's going to be patches, there's going to be changes, nerfs, and buffs, and new things introduced to the game. But I can still look back at my old videos and get the gist of it, like, oh, that's how to make money. I go gather. Okay, oh, this is a good build with the curse staff. Okay, right? And so I'm going to be able to pick up from where I left off, kind of, sort of. Whereas, here's the thing, like, I used to play Age of Empires 2 at a very professional level back in the day, when the game was new. I was a very high elo player. I was very high up in the ranks. But now when I try to play Age of Empires 2, I get my crap pushed in. I get bullied. I get absolutely destroyed, and I have no chance of winning. And the only way to get back to where I was is to start over completely from scratch. Because I have no videos, and I have very little text guides that I made for GameFAQs back in the day to help me get back on my feet, so to speak. So that's why I make the videos that I make, especially the guide videos. The guide videos are for me, but you guys benefit from them. So anytime someone says that my guide videos are fake or false or misleading, I'm like, why would I mislead myself? Oh, this guy says Koko drug addict with an open face emoji. It's funny because Koko's avatar is smoking a cigarette. I just realized that. This guy says, in other words, Swolbenji is right and left. I am not part of the left. I am I am on the right. This person says, Swolbenji will never betray you, okay? Yeah, I don't betray people, especially if I would consider them a friend. However, this is akin to you hang out with a girl, okay? Again, I keep mentioning that Equart is the girl in the situation. You hang out with the girl, and she totally ignores and blows you off, and then she goes out with the Chad, right? And she's with the Chad, and then the Chad beats her up and cheats on her and breaks up with her. And then she comes crying back to you for emotional support because you'll always be there for her and blah, blah, blah. Bro, no. No. No, dude. I spent 2 years in his streams and didn't get any reciprocation of the same thing. And then he tossed me to the wayside as soon as Koko reached out his hand and gave him $1 billion fake internet money. Alright, fake internet money that he could possibly RMT to pay for his dying family's medical bills or something. I don't know, okay? But there is no betrayal to be had because there will be no collab to be had. He plays on Europe. What are we gonna do? Ooh, let's go do Hellgates. Who cares? Fuck Hellgates, okay? I can just open my chef character and print millions of silver. I don't need to do Hellgates ever. You know, the last time I ever did a Hellgate was with Holy FK I'm Fat, or Jack. I don't even know if he still streams. Does he still stream? And it was with his little butt buddies, and the second I opened a dead body that I had murdered to loot, they all screamed at me, not Jack, but his friends, and he's guilty because they are his friends, and if he associates with them, then he is guilty by default. Not Equart, but we're talking about Jack here. They all yelled at me for it because there was some unwritten rule that you can't loot the people you kill or something, and it's like, I'm a freaking billionaire. If you're getting upset over a 100K assassin jacket or something, bro, I'll just give you the money. I should have trashed everything and left the Discord call as soon as they gave me lip because, excuse me, do you know who you're talking to? Excuse me? Right, no, that's just me playing up on the narcissism thing that people accuse me of. But no, let's look at my friends list randomly. Last seen 5 months ago, 1 year 3 months ago, 1 year 3 months ago, 1 year 7 months ago, 3 years 9 months ago. Bro. Now, these are the kinds of comments that it just makes me mad, dude. This guy's got an avatar with a nice happy family and a nice rich fence behind them. Right? But it's this that gets me. Life is a gift. Every day is a gift, love. No, every day is suffering. Life is torment. Every day brings us closer to the end when we can finally be at peace. I can't wait to be at peace. I just can't wait. Please, I just want a meteor just to and just lights out. Time to go to the next world. Woohoo! So this guy is like, I couldn't really understand why you would play with him in the first place, him being Koko, and this guy's saying you being Equart. Let me spill it out for you. Koko is connected to the Albion devs in some weird way. I don't know, maybe a distant cousin or something. Who cares? I'm not gonna make conspiracy theories about it, but essentially, one person is more favored in the content creator program and at SBI offices than the other, so that is Equart's in to have monetization or free premium, who cares? But the other thing is that he gave him $1 billion silver, just opened the trade and just handed it over. And let me tell you, how much is $1 billion silver in real life dollars? Let's say it's 1,000, I don't know. If someone comes up to you and is like, hey, I can help you get paid more, here's $1,000. Let's play together. You'd be like, yeah, that sounds good. And then he makes fun of you and tortures you and belittles you as like a little pet, as a little creature in a cage poking his stick at you. And you're like, yeah, this is fine. And then after a few years of being poked by the stick, you're like, okay, I'm bored. And then you make a drama video. And now for Reddit. And guys, I don't have a Reddit account. I'm on a static IP. I literally can't make a new Reddit account. And if I could, you have to farm karma for like weeks to be able to even post on the Albion Online subreddit. And I'm too poor to buy an account. And the thing is, because I'm on a static IP, if you get banned on Reddit, it bans all the accounts under that IP. And I don't want my girlfriend's account to be banned. So I don't use Reddit. I don't post here. I can't post here, okay? This guy says, so Swole Benji was right. Yes. Alright, and then Zara Tennis says, I expected this behavior from Koko and Swole Benji. Why are you roping me into this? For one, like, I find friendships the most honorable thing ever. If I'm someone's actual friend, I will die for them, to save them. That is how I value a friendship. But I don't have any friends, so guess I'll just be over here in my corner. But no, it's... Look, I'm not some sort of cartoon school bully that, like, what is it? You ever see the show Malcolm in the Middle? There was, like, not the oldest brother, but, like, the next older brother. Like, every time he would try to get a girlfriend or make friends, he would just bully them and dump them into trash cans and laugh at them. And I think that's kind of what Koko's been doing here. But I'm not like that at all. I'm like your anime protagonist sidekick best friend ever. Not to Equart, of course, because he kind of threw me to the wayside, and, you know, 4chaners, we never forgive and we never forget, so, but, you know, I'd be down to collab with Goldstein if he'd voice up in videos. Anyway, I have wasted, dude, this guy's been here the whole time. This Bubble 1810 guy. And Zap Spider, they're just hanging out. They're just hanging out, bro. Anyway. That's all I got. I didn't even want to make this video. I don't care. I don't care. Let me go back to playing real games that make money. I need money so bad. I'm so poor. I'm so poor. Anyone want to buy me Avowed? I don't think the devs are going to give me that one. I don't want to beg, though. Oh, man. Anyway, guys, talk about it in the comments. I don't give a damn. And, yeah, it's really none of my business. Who cares? It's all forgettable in 10 years anyway, dude. Dude, the planet's not even gonna last 10 years. We all die in 2030, okay? When you say Swole Benji was always right, when you look up in the sky and you see the meteor come crashing down, you can be like, yep, Swole Benji was right, and then boom! Just smush! Just like a little bug, like, we're all gonna go splat. And once that happens, I'm gonna go make my own isekai fantasy world. I'm gonna have elves and dragons and orcs and humans and magic and potions, and it's gonna be really cool and really awesome. So if you want to come hang out in my isekai fantasy world after we're all dead from the meteor, I might let you in, but Koko and Equart, they're not allowed in. They can go to heaven or whatever and do heaven stuff. But you guys can come in. You guys can come into the world, and you guys can live a fantasy isekai life. And I might even let you keep your memories and have cheat powers. Maybe. It really depends. We'll see. We'll figure that out later in post-production, okay? But with that said, guys, I don't know. Leave a comment. Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you click the video on the right side of your screen, the next time you go out to eat, they're not going to mess up your order, okay? I ordered 2 fajita tacos and a steak taco. I'm just kidding. I didn't order any tacos. That would require money, which I don't have. Donate down below. Click the things button. Become a channel member. I forgot to shield the channel membership, but I haven't posted much lately. So there you go. There's a way to get to these I'm at River Corpse Fount if you want to come murder me, by the way. I'm right in here. Now, there's a way to get to the rogue trader smuggler den hideout completely safe. Can someone please deliver a bunch of druidic staffs and cursed staffs so I can go fame farm and make some vids? I'm not paying $37,000 for a 4.1. I'll pay $12,000 or something, but not $37,000. Screw that price. Anyway, that's the video. Click the video on the right side of your screen. That way your fast food order doesn't get mixed up or messed up or whatever. But yeah, guys, maybe you should settle your differences in the Black Zone, you know, since you're all, you know, big shot PvP Black Zone players, right? You know, you just settle your differences. Why is this person going to bed? What the hell? Whatever. Damn it. Why are you going to bed? It's in the middle. Bro, it's 8 in the morning. Why are you sleeping? Well, whatever. Yeah, just... You guys gotta settle your differences, right? I mean, just, you know, just, there you go, right in the black zone. There you go. Just... Don't let them get the stew food buff. You gotta, no food buff for you. There you go. You know, dispute settled. Am I right? Uh-oh, witnesses. Kill him! Kill him! I know I'm not the only one to randomly murder people in games like this. It's the black zone. PvP enabled. I'm a yellow zone ganker. Better look at him in full 8-4. Oh no, he's blocking me. Oh no. But yeah, bro, you just gotta get your assassin jacket and your dual daggers, and you just gotta... Can you not get into an animation while I'm killing you? You just gotta get that dual daggers and just, one shot. Yeah, get him.